Chosen one. Hear this with clarity and reverence. You are not here by accident. You did not stumble into this moment. This is a divine appointment scheduled by heaven itself. The hand of God has guided you here because something is shifting in the spiritual realm around your life. Anointed one, you are standing at the edge of a supernatural transfer, a breakthrough that goes beyond money and reaches purpose, authority, and legacy. Scripture declares it is God who gives the power to create wealth, and that power is being activated within you now. Pay attention, the atmosphere is charged. What you are about to hear is not random, it is prophetic. Your season is changing. Chosen one, hear this carefully. What is unfolding in your life right now is both a warning and a confirmation. A warning because the season you are entering demands awareness, and a confirmation because heaven has not forgotten you, not for a moment. Anointed one. This is not about chasing money, proving worth, or forcing outcomes. This is about alignment. What is being released in this season will not only elevate you, it will awaken everything connected to you. Your family line, your assignments, your influence, your future. There are moments when God does not shout, but everything begins to shift quietly. This is one of those moments. The stirring you feel, the restlessness that will not leave the sense that something is about to change, but you cannot yet explain how. That is not anxiety. That is activation. The power to create wealth is not something you earn. It is something God entrusts, and that power is being stirred inside you now. Chosen one, open your heart and quiet your mind. You are being summoned into a higher way of living and thinking, a realm where faith becomes currency and obedience unlocks overflow. I remember a season in my own life when nothing made sense on the surface. I was doing the right things, praying, believing, staying faithful, and yet nothing was moving. Doors stayed shut. Finances stayed tight. Silence surrounded me. I thought God was withholding, but later I realized He was preparing capacity. He was making sure I could carry what was coming without breaking under its weight. That is what is happening to you now. What you have called delay was actually positioning. You were not being punished. You were being trained. Every tear you cried in private, every prayer you whispered when no one was listening, every night you wondered if God still remembered your name. None of it was wasted. Heaven recorded it all. And now the transfer has begun, not just of finances, but of purpose, authority, and influence. Anointed one, this shift is not about luxury. It is about legacy. The fire you walked through was never meant to destroy you. It refined you. Rejection sharpened your discernment. Loss deepened your faith. Delays trained your patience. You asked why it took so long, but God was shaping you to handle what is about to overflow. I have stood in that place where everything looked empty, yet heaven whispered, "Hold on." And then suddenly, one conversation changed everything. One door opened that I did not even knock on. That same kind of sudden breakthrough is moving toward you now. Deep in your spirit, you already sense it. Something holy is unfolding. Faith is beginning to turn into manifestation. Resources are aligning. Partnerships are forming. Opportunities are lining up in ways logic cannot explain. Doors that resisted you before will now open without force. Not because you pushed harder, but because you waited longer. You learned the difference between striving and aligning, between forcing and flowing. Chosen one. God is about to make it undeniable that His hand is upon you. This is not just about finances, it is about fulfillment. You are stepping into a level of provision that carries peace, wisdom, and impact. You will not only receive abundance, you will radiate it. People will feel something different around you, not arrogance, authority, not noise, presence. But hear this gently and clearly. Pay attention. Heaven is sending instructions disguised as ideas, quiet nudges, thoughts that return again and again. What looks small may carry your greatest breakthrough. This shift is not coming someday. It is already in motion. And this is where we pause, because what comes next requires discernment, courage, and a willingness to trust God beyond what you can see. Chosen one. The moment you realize that heaven has already gone ahead of you, everything inside you begins to settle. The anxiety eases, the striving loses its grip. You stop asking when will it happen and begin to sense it's already happening. This is the shift many miss. Not because it isn't real, but because it doesn't arrive with noise. It arrives with alignment. Anointed one. Miracles are not chasing effort. They are responding to obedience. What is unfolding in your life now is not the result of pushing harder. It is the reward of waiting longer, trusting deeper, and remaining faithful when there was no evidence. I remember the season when I felt stuck between promise and proof. Everything in me wanted to move, yet heaven said, "Be still." That stillness felt uncomfortable, even painful. But later, I understood it was holy preparation. God was aligning details I could not see. The same God who lifted Joseph from the pit to the palace did not rush the process. He protected it. And He is doing the same with you. What looked like silence was strategy. What felt like lack was training. What seemed like delay was protection from collapse. Some blessings fail because they arrive too early. God waited until your roots were strong enough to hold the weight of the fruit. Chosen one. You were never abandoned. You were being refined into someone who could carry abundance without losing humility. The seasons of lack sharpened your discernment. The nights of tears purified your motives. The loneliness anchored your dependence on God alone. I have lived through that kind of isolation where prayer was the only voice that answered back. And when the breakthrough came, I understood why it had to take time. Capacity matters in heaven. That hidden season you walked through was not meant to break you. It built spiritual authority in you. You learned to pray when no one was watching. You learned to stand when everything fell apart. You learned to trust God, not because it was easy, but because it was all you had left. And that is why this next level belongs to you. You earned it in the Spirit, long before it appears in the natural. This shift you are stepping into is not luck. It is legacy. God is raising up stewards, builders, and leaders who understand that wealth is not an idol, but a tool. And you are one of them. You have already proven that obedience matters more to you than applause. That is why heaven can now trust you with influence that reaches beyond your own life. Pay attention now, anointed one. Watch for the signs. Notice the dreams that repeat, the ideas that return, the opportunities that come wrapped in peace instead of pressure. These are not coincidences. They are coordinates. Heaven is pointing you toward destiny. Do not dismiss small doors. Many divine moves begin quietly, and when things start to accelerate because they will stay grounded. Remember who opened the door, not your effort, His grace. This is not something you achieve, it is something you receive. God is rewarding years of faithfulness when there was no evidence. And now, heaven is waiting for one word from you. Yes. Yes to the unfamiliar. Yes to the acceleration. Yes to the life that has been calling you from within. The moment you align your faith with His plan, the atmosphere around you shifts. The pruning is complete. The silence has served its purpose. You are stepping into visibility. The world is about to see what heaven has known all along. You have been prepared in secret for public release. And here is the question that matters now. Will you walk in it with authority? Chosen one, you have outgrown the identity that was shaped by struggle. You cannot keep thinking small when God has enlarged your territory. The version of you that doubted and hesitated has served its purpose. Heaven has already promoted you. Your spirit knows it, even if your mind is still catching up. You are no longer waiting for validation. You are walking in confirmation. God has been forging strength in your soul. Every challenge taught you strategy. Every loss built humility. Every closed door sharpened discernment. You were prepared not just to receive wealth, but to manage it with wisdom and purpose. This shift is not about money, it is about mission. Resources are being placed into your hands because vision has already been placed into your spirit. I know what it feels like to sense promotion before seeing proof. When your environment starts to shift, when old connections fade, when hunger for something higher grows unbearable. That is when God whispers, I am not changing your surroundings. I am changing your assignment. If you are feeling that, now take it as confirmation. Because what comes next will require boldness, clarity, and trust. And that is exactly where we are heading. Chosen one. There comes a moment when heaven stops training and starts trusting. That moment is now. You are no longer being prepared for something distant. You are being activated for something present. This is why your thinking has been changing, why old fears no longer have the same grip, why what once satisfied you now feels shallow. That is not loss. That is elevation. Anointed one, you are not built for survival anymore. You are built for strategy. Survival taught you how to endure. Strategy teaches you how to rule. There is a difference. Survivors react. Leaders discern. And God has been rewiring your inner world so you can move with wisdom instead of urgency, authority instead of anxiety. Speak from victory now, not from fear. Think like one entrusted, not one hoping. Your ideas are not random thoughts. They are blueprints, seeds from heaven waiting for obedience. Write them down. Take them seriously. Act on them even when they scare you. What you create in this season will outlive you. I remember the first time I felt this kind of pressure. It was not pressure from the world. It was pressure from purpose. A knowing that if I stayed comfortable, I would betray what God was asking me to build. That tension is holy. Do not numb it. Let it guide you. Chosen one, do not let fear disguise itself as caution. Do not confuse humility with hesitation. You can be grateful and ambitious at the same time. You can honor God and still expect increase. The same God who planted the dream in your spirit has already arranged the provision to fulfill it. Provision always follows purpose, never the other way around. Something has shifted in the realm around you. Your words now carry weight. When you speak abundance, the atmosphere responds. When you declare healing, things realign. Your voice is no longer just sound, it is command. Heaven and earth are tuned to your frequency because you have been aligned through obedience. This is not imagination. This is fulfillment. Faith still works. And you are living proof. The waiting prepared you. The breakthrough unveils you. You have matured, awakened, and grown into capacity. Now, rise. Walk into this shift with boldness. You are no longer asking for permission. You are walking in authority. Doors are not opening late. They have been waiting. Alignment is complete. Activation has begun. What heaven declared in secret is about to be seen in public. But understand this clearly, anointed one. Miracles do not appear randomly. They are born when faith, obedience, and divine order move together. When your thoughts, words, and actions align with heaven's rhythm, the natural world responds. Heaven does not move randomly. It manifests through those who are aligned. This shift does not begin in your wallet. It begins in your mind. True wealth transfer happens when your belief system expands to match how God already sees you. As long as you see yourself as limited, you unconsciously block the unlimited. That is why God has been stretching you, removing distractions, pruning relationships, shaking comfort zones, not to punish you, but to prepare you. I know that discomfort well. The friction of outgrowing what once felt safe. I used to think small dreams honored God. I was wrong. True humility is not thinking less of yourself. It is agreeing with God's perspective of you. When I stopped arguing with heaven about my worth, acceleration followed. That same shift is happening in you now. Heaven is testing your readiness by expanding your capacity to believe. And belief is not passive, it speaks. Your words are seeds. Every sentence shapes a future. Speak from victory. When you declare faith, heaven builds. When you confess doubt, flow slows. That is why opposition tries to silence you. Your voice carries authority. Speak life. Speak light. Speak as one who already knows the outcome. This shift is not only financial, it is stewardship. God's economy multiplies what moves. What you release returns increased. Open hands receive more than closed ones. Heaven is not looking for perfection. It is looking for faithfulness. God saw you give when it hurt, believe when it made no sense, stay kind when misunderstood. None of that was wasted. Every quiet act of obedience was a deposit, and now the withdrawal season has come. Pay attention to the synchronicities. The right call at the right moment. The door opening that logic cannot explain. These are fingerprints of alignment. Do not question them. Flow with them. You have entered an era where manifestation feels natural because you have become aligned with it. This is dominion. Not striving, but stewarding. Not chasing, but attracting. You are not waiting on the miracle. The miracle is waiting on you to move with faith and rest with confidence. Guard your mind. Protect your peace. Focus on faith. Momentum is building even when it feels quiet. Nothing happening now is coincidence. Every detail has been arranged. Heaven has been working behind the scenes while you stayed faithful. What you are stepping into is not random favor. It is divine order made visible. And here is where we pause because acceleration is increasing. What comes next will require discernment, maturity, and courage to choose peace over pressure. Chosen one acceleration is not chaos. It is coordination. When heaven moves quickly, it does not rush you. It aligns you. That is why peace becomes your compass in this season, not excitement, not urgency, peace. If something pulls you forward but costs your peace, it is not your promise. Divine doors never demand compromise. They require trust. Anointed one. I learned this the hard way. There was a time when opportunities appeared everywhere, but not all of them were assigned to me. Some looked good, some sounded profitable, some came with applause, but they drained my peace. When I slowed down enough to listen, I realized heaven was not opening every door. Heaven was testing my discernment. The blessing was not just increase, the blessing was clarity. You are entering a season where not every open door is divine. Some are distractions dressed as opportunities. Acceleration exposes both. This is why God has been expanding your capacity, not just to receive blessing, but to handle it without breaking. Your thinking is clearer now. Your movements are bolder. Your prayers carry authority. Heaven is no longer testing your faith. It is trusting your maturity. As blessings multiply, anchor yourself in gratitude. Gratitude keeps you balanced when abundance arrives. Every thank you keeps the flow open. Every act of generosity keeps the increase circulating. This acceleration is not competition. It is completion. You are not racing anyone. You are stepping into what was always yours. The waiting built endurance. This season reveals evidence. People will begin to notice. They will look at your life and say, "The hand of God is evident." Not because you announced it, but because alignment speaks for itself. This is your appointed time. What once felt delayed is now moving with precision. The struggle prepared you, the silence purified you, and now grace carries you forward. Move with divine rhythm. Do not force. Do not lag behind. Stay in step with peace. Evidence of favor will not be hidden. It will be undeniable. Understand this clearly. Your abundance is not coincidence, and it is not meant for you alone. God did not bring you through pruning and pain just to fill your hands. He expanded your capacity to carry His heart. This shift is not about greed or image. It is about purpose. Heaven is positioning you as a vessel through which healing, hope, and transformation will flow. Resources are being entrusted to you because assignments are waiting for funding. Divine wealth carries divine weight. Stewardship matters now more than ever. God is not blessing you because you demanded more. He is blessing you because you were trustworthy with little. The overflow that is coming will test your heart deeper than it tests your skill. Will you stay humble when abundance surrounds you? Will you stay generous when comfort tempts you to close your hand? True stewardship is carrying power without pride, leading with compassion, and serving even while standing in success. You have already proven faithfulness when it cost you everything. You sowed when no one was watching. You stayed kind when misunderstood. You believed when there was no visible proof. Heaven recorded it all, and now release is happening. What is coming is not random provision. It is assignment. I remember when blessing first touched my life in a tangible way. I thought the breakthrough was the destination. It was not. It was the beginning. The moment I gave from overflow instead of fear, something shifted in my spirit. Presence increased. Clarity sharpened. I learned that generosity multiplies anointing. Purity keeps the oil flowing. Prepare for your circle to change, chosen one. God is aligning you with disciplined, visionary, and grounded people. These are reinforcements, not ornaments. Guard these relationships. Stay discerning. With greater influence comes greater testing. The enemy will try to convince you the blessing is about appearance. Do not believe it. True prosperity draws you closer to God, not further away. Keep your altar sacred, even when your table overflows. This season is your commissioning. Heaven is appointing you as a steward, a builder, a financier of purpose. You are being trusted to fund vision, fuel faith, and multiply impact. Walk gently. Move wisely. Stay grateful. And as momentum continues to build, remember this: alignment brought you here. Alignment will keep you here. What comes next will require consistency, courage, and continued surrender. Stay ready. Stay humble. Stay aligned. Chosen one now is the moment where ownership replaces observation. You are no longer watching alignment happen. You are participating in it. This is where many hesitate, not because they lack faith, but because responsibility feels heavier than hope. Hope feels safe. Responsibility requires action, and heaven is inviting you into action with wisdom, not fear. Anointed one, understand this. Favor follows movement. Not rushed movement, obedient movement. There is a difference. You will feel a gentle urgency now, not panic, not pressure, but clarity. Things that once felt confusing are becoming obvious. Decisions that used to drain you now feel simple. That is not coincidence. That is maturity meeting timing. I remember the first time I realized God was no longer just comforting me, He was commissioning me. Comfort says rest, commission says build, and building requires consistency, not perfection. Consistency. Show up even when emotions fluctuate. Act even when feelings are quiet. Faith is not always loud. Often it is steady. Chosen one. This season will ask you to manage momentum. Momentum is a gift, but it must be stewarded. You do not chase everything that moves. You move intentionally. You choose depth over speed, impact over image, longevity over applause. Heaven is more interested in what lasts than what looks impressive. Your peace is still the filter. If something accelerates you but disconnects you from peace, pause. Divine movement always comes with grace to sustain it. If you feel drained instead of strengthened, reassess. God does not lead you into burnout. He leads you into rhythm. Anointed one, your identity is stabilizing now. You are no longer trying to prove who you are. You are learning to protect who you are becoming. That protection will require boundaries. Some conversations will no longer fit. Some access will need to be limited. This is not pride. This is stewardship. You will notice people responding differently to you. Some will be drawn. Some will distance themselves. Do not take either personally. Elevation always rearranges environments. When your inner world changes, your outer world follows. Let it. Trust the process. This is also a season to simplify. Complexity is often a sign of misalignment. Heaven moves with clarity. Reduce noise. Focus on what is assigned, not what is available. You do not need to do everything. You need to do the right thing, and you will know it by peace. Chosen one, your voice carries influence now. Use it intentionally. Speak life. Speak direction. Speak with restraint when needed. Silence can be just as powerful as sound. Not every revelation needs an audience. Some instructions are meant to be obeyed quietly. I learned that the hard way. Early on, I shared too much too soon. I learned that revelation requires timing. Protect what is forming. Let fruit speak when it is ripe. You do not need to announce growth. Growth announces itself. Anointed one, finances will respond to structure in this season, not hustle. Structure. Organization is spiritual. Planning honors provision. Write things down. Track movement. Respect small beginnings. Heaven multiplies what is managed well. Do not despise gradual increase. Sudden breakthroughs are often sustained by disciplined habits built in secret. The overflow you are stepping into will reward consistency more than intensity. Build systems that can carry blessing without collapsing. This is also a season to rest differently. Rest is no longer escape. It is strategy. Rest keeps you clear. It keeps you aligned. It keeps you sensitive to guidance. Protect it. Fatigue dulls discernment. Chosen one. What you are building now will shape the next chapter of your life. Do not rush it. Do not fear it. Walk with confidence and humility together. You're not alone in this. Heaven is involved in every detail. And as this part closes, let this anchor settle in your spirit. You're not behind. You're not late. You're exactly where preparation meets permission. What comes next will build a what you choose to do now. Stay present. Stay obedient. Stay aligned. Chosen one now is the moment where ownership replaces observation. You are no longer watching alignment happen. You are participating in it. This is where many hesitate, not because they lack faith, but because responsibility feels heavier than hope. Hope feels safe. Responsibility requires action, and heaven is inviting you into action with wisdom, not fear. Anointed One, understand this. Favor follows movement, not rushed movement, obedient movement. There is a difference. You will feel a gentle urgency now, not panic, not pressure, but clarity. Things that once felt confusing are becoming obvious. Decisions that used to drain you now feel simple. That is not coincidence. That is maturity meeting timing. I remember the first time I realized God was no longer just comforting me, He was commissioning me. Comfort says rest. Commission says build. And building requires consistency, not perfection. Consistency. Show up even when emotions fluctuate. Act even when feelings are quiet. Faith is not always loud. Often it is steady. Chosen One. This season will ask you to manage momentum. Momentum is a gift, but it must be stewarded. You do not chase everything that moves. You move intentionally. You choose depth over speed, impact over image, longevity over applause. Heaven is more interested in what lasts than what looks impressive. Your peace is still the filter. If something accelerates you but disconnects you from peace, pause. Divine movement always comes with grace to sustain it. If you feel drained instead of strengthened, reassess. God does not lead you into burnout. He leads you into rhythm. Anointed One. Your identity is stabilizing now. You are no longer trying to prove who you are. You are learning to protect who you are becoming. That protection will require boundaries. Some conversations will no longer fit. Some access will need to be limited. This is not pride. This is stewardship. You will notice people responding differently to you. Some will be drawn. Some will distance themselves. Do not take either personally. Elevation always rearranges environments. When your inner world changes, your outer world follows. Let it. Trust the process. This is also a season to simplify. Complexity is often a sign of misalignment. Heaven moves with clarity. Reduce noise. Focus on what is assigned, not what is available. You do not need to do everything. You need to do the right thing, and you will know it by peace. Chosen One, your voice carries influence now. Use it intentionally. Speak life. Speak direction. Speak with restraint when needed. Silence can be just as powerful as sound. Not every revelation needs an audience. Some instructions are meant to be obeyed quietly. I learned that the hard way. Early on, I shared too much too soon. I learned that revelation requires timing. Protect what is forming. Let fruit speak when it is ripe. You do not need to announce growth. Growth announces itself. Anointed One finances will respond to structure in this season. Not hustle. Structure. Organization is spiritual. Planning honors provision. Write things down. Track movement. Respect small beginnings. Heaven multiplies what is managed well. Do not despise gradual increase. Sudden breakthroughs are often sustained by disciplined habits built in secret. The overflow you're stepping into will reward consistency more than intensity. Build systems that can carry blessing without collapsing. This is also a season to rest differently. Rest is no longer escape. It is strategy. Rest keeps you clear. It keeps you aligned. It keeps you sensitive to guidance. Protect it. Fatigue dulls discernment. Chosen One. What you are building now will shape the next chapter of your life. Do not rush it. Do not fear it. Walk with confidence and humility together. You are not alone in this. Heaven is involved in every detail. And as this part closes, let this anchor settle in your spirit. You are not behind. You are not late. You are exactly where preparation meets permission. What comes next will build on what you choose to do now. Stay present, stay obedient, stay aligned. Chosen one. This is the stage where alignment becomes visible. Not loud, not forced, but undeniable. You may not announce it, but people will sense it. The way you speak, the way you decide, the way you move without explanation. Authority is no longer something you reach for. It rests on you naturally now. Anointed One, heaven is redeeming time in your life. Years that felt slow, seasons that felt unproductive, moments you thought were wasted. None of it was lost. God was building layers inside you that could not be rushed, and now acceleration is responding to endurance. What once took effort will now take alignment. What once required struggle will now require trust. I remember a season when everything suddenly sped up after a long period of stillness. It felt surreal. Opportunities appeared, connections aligned, provision flowed, and the greatest temptation in that moment was fear of losing it. But heaven reminded me that what arrives through alignment is sustained through trust. You do not grip what God gives, you steward it. Chosen one, understand this clearly. You are no longer chasing favor. Favor is chasing you. That is why doors are opening without persuasion. That is why conversations shift outcomes unexpectedly. That is why things resolve themselves without your interference. This is divine flow. No forcing, no striving, only cooperation. This flow requires a new kind of discipline. Not hustle discipline, but inner discipline. Guard your mind. Protect your peace. Choose faith when uncertainty tries to speak. Miracles multiply where faith is maintained. The flow stays open where gratitude lives. Stay thankful even as things increase. Gratitude keeps you anchored when momentum builds. Anointed One, you will notice something else now. Your influence is expanding. People listen differently. They receive from you without you trying to teach. Presence communicates before words ever do. Be mindful of this. Influence is a responsibility before it is a privilege. Lead with integrity. Speak with intention. Walk with humility. Nothing happening now is coincidence. Every meeting, every delay, every acceleration, it has been orchestrated. Heaven has been arranging details quietly while you stayed faithful. What you are stepping into is not random favor. It is divine order becoming visible. Every prayer you whispered, every seed you planted, every time you held on when it would have been easier to quit, all of it led here. The acceleration you feel is not pressure, it is confirmation. Heaven is responding to your endurance. But remember this truth. This shift does not begin with money. It begins with mindset. God enlarged your inner world before expanding your outer one. That is why scarcity thinking had to be confronted. That is why comfort zones were shaken. Overflow cannot live in a restricted vessel. Every closed door you experienced was redirection, not rejection. Every loss made room for greater gain. Subtraction was multiplication in disguise. I know that season well. The isolation, the waiting, the silence. It burns away what is temporary so what remains can last. When I finally stopped striving and started trusting, acceleration found me. That same current is moving toward you now. Chosen one. Your words matter deeply in this season. Heaven listens when you speak. Speak life, not limitation. Declare abundance, not fear. Sound carries power. The enemy never wanted to destroy you. He wanted to mute you. Silence your confidence. Shrink your voice. but that ends now. From this moment forward, speak with authority. You are not asking for permission. You are walking in mandate. Every act of generosity, every seed of faith, every aligned decision is circulating through heaven's economy and returning multiplied. This is not theory. This is order. You are no longer waiting for blessings. You are walking in what heaven already decreed. Favor is responding to movement. Doors are responding to alignment. Rest is attracting solutions. This is your era of divine flow. Believe boldly, give freely, walk confidently. Heaven is in motion. Stand tall, anointed one. The evidence of alignment will speak louder than explanation ever could. The season you are stepping into is not ordinary. It carries acceleration, divine timing catching up with your faith. And as we prepare to move forward, remember this. What once crawled will now run. What resisted you will now respond. You are no longer walking in waiting. You are walking in fulfillment. What remains now is discernment. Because with acceleration comes choice, and that is where the final refinement unfolds. Chosen one. This is the moment where everything settles into truth. Not excitement, not anticipation, but certainty. A quiet knowing that what is unfolding cannot be undone. You are no longer standing at the edge of promise. You are walking inside fulfillment. And fulfillment does not rush. It moves with authority. Anointed one. What once crawled in your life will now move with ease. Doors that resisted you for years will open suddenly, not because you changed the plan, but because heaven changed the timing. You are no longer walking in waiting. You are walking in completion. This acceleration is not about speed. It is about synchronization. Heaven's order manifesting in real time. God is redeeming the years that felt wasted, the pain, the silence, the lessons. Nothing was lost. Every detour was direction in disguise. You were never behind. You were being positioned for a launch that only obedience could prepare you for. And now the evidence will begin to appear everywhere. Opportunities will multiply. Solutions will surface. Flow will replace friction. I remember waking up one morning after years of feeling stuck and realizing something had shifted overnight. Not externally at first, but internally. Peace replaced pressure, confidence replaced doubt, and soon after everything on the outside followed. That is how acceleration works. It starts within, then it becomes visible. That same pattern is unfolding in you now. Chosen one. People will begin to remember your name. Projects that once felt impossible will now move forward with ease. Divine momentum changes the laws of effort. What once required sweat will now respond to faith. You have graduated from survival into supernatural flow. This is not luck. It is the reward of endurance. Heaven always responds to those who refuse to quit. But hear this clearly, acceleration reveals both opportunity and distraction. Not every open door is divine. Some are detours disguised as progress. The way you will know the difference is peace. True doors from God do not demand compromise. They deepen trust. If it costs your peace, it is not your promise. Anointed one. God is expanding your capacity to handle blessing without breaking under it. You will find yourself thinking clearer, moving bolder, praying with deeper authority. Heaven is no longer testing your faith. It is trusting your maturity. You have been refined for this moment. As blessings multiply, anchor yourself again in gratitude. Gratitude keeps you balanced in overflow. Every thank you keeps the oil flowing. Every act of generosity keeps abundance circulating. This acceleration is not competition. It is completion. You are not racing others. You are stepping fully into what was always yours. People will look at your life and quietly recognize the hand of God. This is your appointed time, your moment of alignment made visible. The struggle prepared you, the silence purified you, and now grace carries you forward with speed and precision. Move with divine rhythm. Stay attentive. Stay humble. Stay aligned. The evidence of favor will not be hidden. It will be undeniable. And remember this sacred truth. Your abundance is not coincidence. It was entrusted to you because your heart was prepared to carry it. Chosen one, the waiting season is complete. The flow is open. Heaven is in motion, and the world is about to witness what alignment with God truly looks like through your life. Chosen one, as we close this sacred moment, receive this with stillness and reverence. The transfer you have sensed is already in motion. You are not approaching your breakthrough. You are standing inside your Kairos moment, the appointed time heaven marked long before you were aware of it. What God is releasing now is not random and it is not rushed. It is precise, intentional, and entrusted. Anointed one, move with divine rhythm. Stay aligned with peace. Stay anchored in gratitude. The evidence of God's favor will speak for itself. You do not need to explain what heaven is doing. You only need to steward it with humility and faith. Remember, this abundance is not just provision for your life, it is assignment. God expanded your capacity because He trusts your heart. Remain faithful in the quiet moments. Stay generous when increase surrounds you. Guard your spirit, protect your altar, and let compassion lead your influence. What is about to manifest will require wisdom as much as faith, and you have been prepared for both. The same God who refined you in hidden seasons now releases you in visible ones. Chosen one, walk forward without fear. Heaven has already gone ahead of you. Angels have been assigned. Doors are opening. Alignment is complete. This is not the end of the miracle. It is the beginning of stewardship. If this word resonated in your spirit, let it be sealed with gratitude. You may leave a comment as a quiet yes, or stay connected by subscribing if you feel led, so we can continue this journey together. Until then, remain aligned, stay faithful, and walk boldly into what God has already prepared for you.